Hello everybody, welcome to the Bubba Chadilia show. It is the new moon Scorpio today, and what a day to play this song. Oh my gosh, this is the remix of that Squid Game song. It's just like, what? Has anyone seen this? If you haven't, watch it, because now is the time to watch it. With Scorpio all over the place. I want to dance to this in a club. Anyways, I am not here to dance for you. I'm here to talk about the new moon Scorpio today, November the 4th, 2021. I've already written a huge blurb on it on Facebook, and I was going to put it on Instagram, and they're like, it's too long. So I'm just going to ramble on camera, as that seems to be the most appropriate thing to do, because I love to talk, I love to gab, I love to just let it out, just like this release of this current new moon Scorpio, and this is a perfect time to release all of those things that I wrote about. I talked about releasing things like things about self-mastery, things about sex, sexuality, soulmates. Scorpio represents all those things as well. The passionate part, the sexual, the mystery, the intrigue. Things that we can't see, things that are hidden, things that are secretive. Shh. It's a secret. Scorpios love secrets because it's a place for darkness, a place for quiet, for self-reflection, and that's kind of where secrets do come from, right? When we have secrets, we're like, oh, hush, hush, we're all hush-toned. No one wants to announce a secret because then it's not a secret. So with Scorpios digging deep, Scorpio's a water sign, it's a fixed sign, so they love to go deep down into the darkest places where a lot of us really don't want to go because it's kind of scary. This is not the case with the Scorpios. They are very, very, very much into the realm of, ooh, what is this? Oh, let's go explore, let's go dig more and investigate. Cops make good, Cops and Scorpio and Pluto are all together, that whole world of like, intrigue and not discipline, because that's more Saturn, but just more like the realm of Pluto, the netherworld, and just get into the whole the law part. And I do know that Scorpios also don't like change as well, because change is it's gonna bolt them out of their reality, because it's a fixed sign, just like Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpios. They just love to just be in one, and that's it. Nothing is going to burst me out of my bubble. I'm just going to just continue. And if you do burst my bubble, there's going to be something that's going to just, changing bad habits, addictions, and compulsions is another one. If you have any habits that you want to change right now, now's a good time to really work on them and release them. Whatever's holding you back with these addictions, whether it's alcohol, it's drugs, it's sex, it's shopping, it's binge watching, it's TV, anything that you feel is getting in the way of you reaching that goal, now's a good time to just, release that, thank it for whatever it did to you. Sometimes we do these things in order to heal, but maybe now you're healed and you just want to get going and you want to just continue on, and you can't do that if you have these crutches, you've got these anchors on you. Now's a perfect time to just lift up those anchors, let go, and set sail into the future, child, because that's exactly where you want to go. A lot of us do not want to be stuck in the past, because that's not really going to get us forward, right? Getting us forward is releasing all of these toxins, all of these things in our lives that do not serve us purpose. So whatever you want to release with, like, okay, so maybe you like to shop a lot. Maybe you are on Amazon a lot. Maybe this is something that really sparks joy in you, but you find that you're doing too much of it. Now is a perfect time to say, hey, you know what? I am done. Thank you. Now it's time to move on. Release, release, release. Now I did mention in my blurb on Facebook that this is also a good time to heal and to forgive. Like Scorpios are amazing at healing because they are the phoenix that rises from the ashes. If you watch X-Men, you know that Jean Grey was the one who died, but then she rose again. She came out of the ashes like the phoenix and she just continued on. This is the story of the Scorpios. They're always transforming. They're always dying, rebirth, dying, rebirth. And as human beings, actually, and just as Mother Nature and the earth goes, this is how we progress. This is how we learn. We shed the old and we go into the new. Doesn't mean that we actually die and we're dead and we're not coming back, because the leaves come back. They're dying right now in the fall, but they will be back in the spring. The same thing with the Scorpios. They just rejuvenate themselves so readily. And that's why if you know some Scorpios that get mad, they get pissed off, they're like, ah. And then they're like, oh, okay, I released it. And now I'm back again. Yay! And then they can move on as well. And the other signs are like, what? What just happened? Yeah, that just happened. And then like ask yourselves, like, how can I change these things? How can I improve them? How can I enhance these things in my life? What are the things in my life that need that change, that release, so that again, we can move forward? I also mentioned too that the millennials, Pluto is your generational planet. Each planet has a sign attached to it, and Scorpio and Pluto are besties, they're best friends. They get each other, they know each other, they're soulmates, they're together. It's Scorpio and Pluto or just go together. Older astrology was Mars was their traditional planet. But now that Pluto is in the picture, and yes, Pluto is a planet, it's a dwarf planet, but it's a small planet, but it's very significant in astrology, in our astro sky garden up there. Pluto was most definitely in everyone's chart and very, very prevalent. Some people have Pluto on their ascendant. Like I said, that's good for people who want to be cops, or they want to be an investigator, or someone who has a very keen eye for detail, things that we miss. Look how I'm doing this. The Scorpio goes like the scorpion, blah, 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 back and forth, blah, blah. Same thing. They can, like, their eyes shift back and forth. They're like, oh, yes, yes, totally, I get it. And they see things that a lot of us don't. The opposite sign of Scorpio is Taurus. Taurus is Venus ruled. And they love love. They just love to be in love. They love all the fine things, the beautiful things, the five senses are there. Scorpio, like, hell no, there's only one sense, and that's dark. Kidding. Dark and light. But darkness is what they really attach onto and they really feel at home with. And also depends too where Scorpio lies in your chart. If it's in your PAT, your personal astrological trinity, the three parts of your chart, the sun, the moon, and your face, your ascendant, or your rising sign, very important for especially something like today, which is the moon Scorpio. And this would actually affect you even more so. Now, the planets after Venus, Mars as well, they also are included in this as well. But I don't know how much of strength it is as compared to the moon and how we feel on a day-to-day basis. Now, quick moon astrology lesson. Again, I said many times that the moon is very important, sometimes even more important than the sun sometimes, because it's our feelings, it's how we deal with our emotions, how we react to people, places, and things. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days, so of course we're gonna have different moods all the time. And that's why back in the day when they didn't understand mental and emotional health, they were talking about lunacy. La lune en français comes from the moon and how she changes signs. And when the moon is full, some people react differently, and some people might act in a very outlandish and lunatic way, like Looney Tunes. And some people like, what? I used to work in the hospitals, and I remember working on full moons, and oh God. Wow, the things that would happen. And I still work in this field, and sometimes it's more prevalent than others, sometimes it isn't, but some people can really feel the moon and how she just kind of glides in from sign to sign. But this particular moon is a nice new one, brand new, meaning that she's 0% she's just coming into, she got rid of the full stuff, everything's done, and now she's starting over again, brand new. And then it goes into her phases as well. But this particular one is what I am focusing on. And yes, Scorpios have a reputation of very intense, very passionate, very emotional and sensitive. All the water signs are Cancer and Scorpio. And they are all included in the waterworks one. And they are emotional. They also are very intuitive, very they can read people like a book, like literally read, like RuPaul read, like full on read people. They can just, especially the Scorpios, they can they can just like and Pisces too. Pisces kind of like, and the Cancers are more like, okay. But again, all the three emotional water signs have that power to just dig deep and just like, And of course the other elements are air and fire and earth, but water is today. And we're also in Scorpio season, and Scorpio season is all about passion. It's all about that expression of love in that like Scorpionic way, very sexy, very alluring, very secretive and mysterious. If you have any Scorpio friends or any Scorpio in your chart, you know what I'm talking about. It's all about just the subtle wink and the like, heat. Unlike the fire signs, for instance, those are like, I like you, let's do this or that. That's the water signs will kind of be like a little subtle, and they might not say anything. They'll be like more of an emotional thing. And again, it depends on your whole natal chart and what else is in there. One more thing I want to talk to you about before I let y'all go to your Scorpionic day is just the part about, I want to talk about just how, oh yeah, again, I want to go back to the millennials, and that this is your ruling planet, and this is basically, you are the most, in my opinion, in my opinion, you are the most strongest, most their present generation, the most loudest and strong and vocal generation of now, of everyone living today at this present moment. This is, I probably have to look it up, but probably 200 plus years ago was the last time Pluto was with Scorpio. I wonder what happened back then. But as a millennial, when you were born between 1983, I think it's November, I gotta check the date, November something, 1983 to all the way to 97. Also remember that Pluto retrograded back in 84 to Libra, so there's some people in there that have Libra as their generation that are in with us, which is mine, Gen Xer, and they'll be stuck in between the millennials, and they'll kind of like, they're the ones that are saying, I kind of don't relate to the millennials because I just don't. It's just kind of like, they're way too passionate and they're way too freaky and they've got really weird sex stuff going on, and I'm a Libra, so I love like partnerships and marriage and just getting along with everyone and just being like justice and stuff and freedom and peace for all. And then the millennials come in and we're like, no, we're gonna march and we're gonna protest and we're gonna be like this and that. And then the Libra ones are like, okay, sure, yay, I'll support you from like over there in like on the side. But do not underestimate your generation, my dear millennials, because once y'all turn 40, sorry, it's coming up, and you don't have your debt paid off, you don't have a beautiful home, you don't have a mortgage, you are still living paycheck to paycheck, and yeah, once you turn 40, you're going to be pissed. You are not going to deal with this, and this is where I do see that there will be changes. Your generation will single-handedly do that. Not mine, not the boomers, because the boomers set the stage, they set the tone for it. Y'all are gonna like be like, no, this ain't working. And you know what, people? This is not working. We need change. This whole setup that we have with this world is not working. Something has to be done. Otherwise, we're not gonna survive as a species, as a human species. I believe we're all human beings. We all have the same heart and soul and bodies and whichever. We need change. This is not work. This it clearly it has to end. And thank you to our lovely baby boomers who set all this up and did what they were told, because they had their parents as well telling them what to do, and they had their parents, etc., etc., etc. But now that we are back with Pluto and with the Scorpios and those kids being born, now they're adults, they're gonna get into their 40s now, almost, because we're now in our 50s like I did on my other one. The Gen Xers are now 50. I'm next, I'm next, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm also in that too. So just know that the millennials, I'm really counting on y'all, because there are a lot of you. There are just as many of you as there are the baby boomers. There are just as many of you now. So there's not as much of us, and don't forget the Gen Ws. Oh, wait a minute. What's W? Oh, Gen W. Is that a W? Don't forget the wallflower generation. They're stuck in between the boomers and the Gen Xers. They're that one in between. It's a very short period. Again, I forgot the year. My sisters are in there, right smack in the middle, and then they got us, and then they got the millennials, and then the Gen Zers that we just had the whole TikTok, the dancers, because they're Sagittarius. They love to dance. They're like, yeah. They like to run. They love sports. They love all just active stuff. And then now the kids being born today are during the Capricorn Pluto, which is right now. I don't know what they're called. Are they going back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Don't know. So that is my interpretation of our new moon Scorpio, and I just put a little millennial blurb in there as well. And I hope everyone is having a successful and wonderful day, and I hope that we all use this time for the Scorpio new moon to really work on ourselves, work on the healing part, work on the self-loving part. Getting rid of things that don't serve us purpose should happen all the time, but this now is a wonderful time just to write it down. Write in your journals, people. I say to all my astro clients as well, and to everyone else, write in your journal. Don't know what to write? Dear journal, write stuff about Scorpio. Look at my Facebook page and look at, oh, if you're not on Facebook, oops. But listen to mine again and read all about and listen to all about the Scorpio prompts that I've said, and I can just read them all quickly just again. Self-mastery, sex, sexuality, soulmates, transformation and secrets, avoiding power struggles, accepting change, restoring one's life path, changing bad habits, addictions, compulsions, working on personal power and appeal, getting rid of useless and excess baggage, healing and forgiveness. All of these things are wonderful paths to self-loving and self-healing. And if you are watching this right now or listening to this, this is your time. This is your turn. Maybe now I'm planting seeds. This is what I do with my astrology. I plant seeds because it's a language that speaks to us. The universe has its own language. It's an ancient language. It's been there for a millennia, like billions and trillions, or whatever, however old the universe is. And we astrologers are just merely here on the earth interpreting all of the action and activity of the planets up there in our gorgeous astro sky garden. So I hope y'all have a wonderful week/weekend. It's almost the weekend. And I will chat with you soon. Happy birthday to all you Scorpios. Scorpio season. Be kind to one another. Be nice. Get your shots, please. It's COVID. It's still yucky out there, and I just pray everyone is healthy and safe and loving life and just being fabulous. Mwah!